Hello everyone, my name is Sharon Savarish, and today we'll be looking again at the physics in cricket, but we'll be looking at the first law of motion and how it relates to wicket keeping in cricket. Now, if you're unfamiliar with the first law of motion, here it states that an object in motion will stay at motion, and an object at rest will stay at rest, unless either object is acted upon by an unbalanced force. Now, what this means is if you have a marble rolling down a hill, it won't stop or slow down at least unless friction or slows it down, or if, say, it runs into someone's foot or into a wall, it won't stop or slow down. Now, for an object at rest, staying at rest, a soccer ball won't move unless it's been kicked or something has run into it, right? Unless some other external force acts upon an object, its current motion will continue constant. So, how does this relate to wicket keeping in cricket? Now, if a wicket keeper is trying to save the ball from passing the batsman, right? Because he doesn't want to give the batting team free runs, right? Because if it hits the boundary rope, that's a four or maybe even a six if it goes even higher. So his job or her job is to save the ball from passing the batsman. So they have to catch the ball with their gloves, and if they expect it to go one way and it's actually going the other way, they have to jump and self-correct so that they can save the ball or even get a wicket, right? So one example will be in a clip next from the YouTube channel A7 Cricket. So here is the clip here. Did you see that? The bowler bowls the ball, and the batsman is going to duck. So the keeper, right, will be thinking, okay, it's going to be a straight ball. However, it bounces off the back of the batsman's bat. And you can already see that the keeper saw this extremely quickly and is getting ready to jump and has to dive for that ball, right? And ends up getting the wicket because it went off the batsman's bat. So here's in full speed. Even the keeper himself is surprised and ends up getting the wicket. So, and that video will be pictured down below if you want to see, if you want to see the full video. So, this is what a typical pitch would look like if it was completely barren from a keeper's perspective. They'd be behind the stumps, thinking, "Ah, this is going to be an easy thing." You might be thinking this could be easy for a keeper, right? There's nothing to block it, right? Only thing that seems to be in the way is the stumps. However, there's one particular thing that'll be stopping a keeper from just having an easy day in the field. That's the batsman, right? The batter or batsman will be not trying to make the keeper difficult because the batter wants to get runs. However, if it hits the person, the batter in the body, or if it hits the bottom edge of the bat or hits a side edge, the keeper will have to try to either will have to move and try to get the ball so that it doesn't pass or so that they can get the person out. So there's a lot of skill because a batter would have just the clean pitch in front of them to try to stop the ball. But if a ball is right in line with the batter, the keeper has no information on where the ball actually is. It could be still in the bowler's hands, or it could be just bouncing, or it could have already reached the batter. So the keeper has to keep a watchful eye and is usually never right in the middle of the pitch because they don't have any information. They're going to usually be on the side, one side or the other, so that they can see the ball at least a little bit, and then kind of in their head they have to track the ball and try to figure out what motion or where the ball is going to go so that they can stop it appropriately. And again, uh, the first law of motion states, right? If the keeper is going one way to try to stop the ball, but the batter hits it going the other way, they would have to stop momentarily for a fraction of a second to go the other way. And that motion is what allows for great keepers, as we saw in the previous clip, to just make amazing catches and amazing grabs, even if they're just saving runs. It's incredibly valuable to the fielding team. Now, if there were two keepers, obviously that wouldn't be needed. But there that two keepers with two sets of gloves is kind of unfair. But what some teams do is they have what's called the slip cordon, right? Where they can have as many slips as they want. So you would have the main keeper, and then curving around the side, they would have as many slips as they want. So if the batter does edge it a bit wider so that it doesn't just go straight back to the keeper, the slips have a chance to catch it as well. So that kind of judgment may not be needed because you can have slips on either side. So if the keeper thinks it's going right, but it's to their right, but it actually goes to their left, the slips may be there to um, to to catch the ball instead. However, a faster ball, right? Since it's going faster, will have a lot more energy in it. So instead of a slip, you might have what's called a third man, which is all the way on the boundary, still in line with where a slip would be, but just way farther back. So if it does trickle back, the third man has a chance to stop it from going to a boundary. So that's the importance of that law of motion and keepers being able to, change the direction super quickly. So I want to thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you, and have a nice day.